Hello everyone, and today I'm kind of nervous to make this video. So I have no script right now, so I'm just trying to get my thoughts together and stuff. I'm kind of nervous. So basically I want to start a new little series here on YouTube about me just kind of talking about my characters, because I've been trying to do that, but I've been doing a really bad job about doing that. So basically this is going to be episode 101. 1 is representing the story, because I have 7 stories currently, so this is the first story, and ignore the 0, and then the 1 is for the first one I'm making. This is the first episode, I guess. So today we're going to be talking about Amy, the main character of Amy's Adventure into the Unknown. So if you guys been here for a while, you're like, I already know who this is. Don't worry, this is more getting into depth about her character design and why she even exists, and the background kind of stuff. So Amy wasn't the first character I created, so how this whole thing started, me doing art, making stories, is in 2020. I was really obsessed with Steven Universe, actually only pretty much obsessed with Spinel, just literally that one character. So as most artists probably do, they just make a spin-off basically of just that one thing they're obsessed with, so that's what I did. I started making characters that were kind of similar to the main characters and also Spinel. And to be honest, Amy was an afterthought. I made 4 characters and and then at the end I'm like, okay, I guess we need a main character now, and then I just kind of plopped Amy into the universe. And back then, Amy looked nothing like this. Her name wasn't even Amy. Basically, Amy was an insert character, and it was literally just me. Her name wasn't Amy. Her name was Nyla Starverse. How creative! Nyla because my name's Nyla, and Starverse for Steven Universe, but stars. I'm cringing out right now. Because back then, I didn't really care too much for the main characters. I just kind of did side characters with cool character designs, and then, the main character would get, dragged along, with the plot or whatever. Not gonna lie, that still kind of happens. Amy is not one of my favorites, but ever since I started voice acting her, she's becoming a favorite, so it's okay. Anyways, really quick, let me just talk about what's on screen, me drawing and stuff. Throughout this whole video and me drawing, I was feeling not confident at all. I felt like my art sucked. I'm like, wow, I can do better. I'm like, can you though? I'm like, I don't know. I think I was just feeling pressure to draw it really well because it's for a video, and I feel like this was kind of representing me introducing Amy, and I wanted to represent Amy as a character, but I wasn't really 100% sure of who she was in the sense of to sum her up in a few words, who she is, because I feel like she's adventurous, so I tried to make the pose very whoosh whoosh adventure sound effects. So I honestly wasn't sure if I liked this drawing or not, because I wasn't even sure how to draw it digitally, what style I'm going for. So actually in this video I'm gonna draw her twice. This is the first time, and then I'm gonna draw her again later on. But that's enough about talking about art. Let's move on. I didn't care for the main character so much that in this drawing I actually drew her and decided, you know what, I don't care for you, let me erase you. But after a while I started talking to my cousin about Amy's Adventure into the Unknown a lot. And my cousin was really involved in the early stages of making the story. She would help me a lot. To make it easier for the purpose of this video, let's call my cousin Andy. So I made the decision, you know what, Andy is gonna be the main character. Not literally, but I based off Amy on my cousin. So I asked Andy, if you were to change your name, what would it be? So she said either Amy or Andy. I'm pretty sure she said Andy. I don't fully remember if she said that, but I'm pretty sure she said that. So after that, I'm like, you know what? I like Amy, the name Amy, so that's when Amy was born. Oh, and side note, the drawing now is the second drawing because I tried to make it look more clean than the first one, so yeah. But anyways, after I made that decision, I tried to make Amy look like my cousin more. Not actually drawing her, but take the essence. But slowly but surely, after a while, I started drifting away from the whole this character is based off my cousin concept thing, because my character Amy was nothing like my cousin. My cousin was very different to Amy, you know? So I started doing this weird thing with Amy's hair. My little sister says it's like Pac-Man, that little floof thing on her head, which I justify doing that weird thing that defies gravity on her head to do, you know the thing that people do with the silhouette where you kind of try to recognize the character based on the silhouette? I feel like it might be easier for that strange shape to be recognized. And for the longest time, Amy actually wore pants instead of this skirt kind of thing that she wears. I made her wear a skirt because I feel like I wanted her to be like kind of girly, but also like she can run, so she's like wearing shorts. Because I want her to be very adventurous and stuff. And also in the very, very early stages of me animating the episode, Amy had a cat. I don't think she has a cat anymore because, first of all, like, it doesn't even appear in the animated episode that I have on my YouTube channel, and like, second of all, there's no reason for her to have a cat or whatever. I only did that because my cousin has a cat. Well, actually has multiple, but we're not talking about that. But how I got Amy's shirt is actually directly from Glitch Text. The character Miko is her name. I haven't watched Glitch Text in the longest time, so I don't really remember. And also another thing that I think is cool, which I actually did on accident, is that I feel like Amy's kind of main color is yellow, even though it literally only appears on her shirt. But when I imagine Amy, I imagine like yellow, you know? So yellow is actually the contrasting color to purple, and I feel like the main color of Amy's adventure into the unknown is purple, because purple represents like certain stuff in this story, which we're not going to get into that right now, but I feel like it's really cool that it's like the two contrasting colors. And I could go into like slightly more in depth about maybe Amy's insecurities and stuff and her friends and stuff. Her friends are nice, okay, but she only has 2 of them and she kind of feels lonely. But we're not getting into that today. And also, I don't have a last name for her. I feel like a lot of people have last names for her, like their characters, but I don't. Anyways, but I really hoped you liked hearing me talk about my characters, and I'm going to make more videos of these, and I'm going to introduce my characters in a specific order. Like, for example, the next one, or if I remember, I'm going to introduce Vivi Star first, because that's the second character that's introduced into the story. Well, technically, like, the mom and the dad were introduced, but they're not that important, right? Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and hopefully see you guys next week. So, bye! So, most likely after this video is posted, I have an animation, or actually animatic, posted that's actually about one of my characters. It's kind of like the backstory, but it's technically not canon because, like, the stuff that happens in the animation doesn't happen exactly the way it happens in my story, and I feel like this animation is slightly unsettling and kind of weird, but that's just how it works in my story, so yeah.